Hi, this is Jerry Dean from Faith Christian Church in Evansville, Wisconsin, and I'm wearing my Badgers football jersey because later on tonight the Badgers basketball team plays the Florida Gators in a Sweet 16 game of the NCAA tournament, and I hope that it will be a big win for the Badgers. But speaking of wins, let me tell you about the greatest win of all time. In the annals of wins, that would be Jesus Christ defeating sin and death and the grave. And that is the greatest win of all time. It's also the greatest comeback of all time. There have been a lot of great comebacks in the NCAA history, but Jesus coming back from death and hell and the grave, well, that's the greatest comeback and the greatest win that there is. And a lot of people say to me that there's not much difference between Christianity and every other religion and that all religions are the same. My response to that is that great old English word balderdash. Nothing could be further from the truth. The reality is, if you don't have an answer for death, you've got nothing, absolutely nothing. And Christianity is the only religion that claims to have the answer for death and claims that its founder actually rose from the dead. There's no other religion that does that. And so that behooves us to see whether those claims are true. And I would hold up the lives of multiple people who are atheists and set out to examine the evidence of whether, in fact, Jesus did rise from the dead. People like Josh McDowell, who as a student pursued those claims and gave his life to Jesus Christ. People like Lee Strobel, the law editor of the Chicago Tribune, who was a devout atheist. And when he saw his wife's dramatic life change, he began to search and pursue for 2.5 years to see whether, in fact, the Bible was true and whether Jesus had, in fact, risen from the dead. And then he gave his life to Jesus Christ because he was overwhelmed by the proof. Or J. Warner Wallace, one of the country's leading cold case detectives, who, after examining the evidence, left his atheism and gave his life to Jesus Christ. I hope that maybe you'll take the opportunity to examine some of these people's lives, search for truth, and find the answers to that question about whether Jesus did, in fact, rise from the dead. And I'm sure that if you do, you will be profoundly amazed at the evidence and the answers. So we encourage you to find hope and truth and an answer for death in the life and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And I hope that if you do so, you'll be able to rejoice and triumph at the greatest win of all time, which is Jesus Christ's resurrection. God bless you. I hope you have a great day and a great week. Bye now.